Main contractors discount, MCD. Let's face it, we all know that in most cases we add a margin onto the quotation to allow the MCD to be taken off by the client. Now, in Contract Controller, the markup for the MCD is added after the quotation total and it's not included in the cost predictions. Obviously, all the bill items and the totals shown to the client do include this markup, but this ensures that the profit predictions, i.e. showing you how much you're scheduled to make on the contract, are not clouded by the addition of this extra margin that you've added on to allow the client to take a discount off. There's also an option to display this fact on the client's copy, i.e. the fact that the quotation is subject to a percentage discount and what the subsequent quotation value would be. Okay, so let's have a look at that in real time. So if we continue one of our current quotations, you can see here, if I go to our schedule of works, I've got 3 items there. I haven't put any margins on. I've got 1 item that I've already put the margins on, so we're selling it to the client for 975. Also got some prelims, and we can see here at the moment the client price is 625 and 437. I go back to my summary screen and we preview the client quote. At this stage, we can see here the totals that we're displaying to the client are without any main contractors discount that's been added to be taken off. So back to our summary screen. Now, if I wanted to allow the client to take 2.5% off, obviously I've got to put a higher percentage on, but the system will calculate that out for me. So MCD to be allowed. So if I just put 2.5 to the 2.5%, hit the tab key, the system will say that we need to add 2.564% to allow the 2.5 to be taken off to achieve the required figure that we want. So it then increases the price accordingly. If I view the bill items, you can see now that that was our original price, our client price, but with the additional percentage to allow the MCD to be taken off, it's now 641 and 448. If I go to the bill schedule of works at this stage, it's still showing our cost figures and our initial sell figures. This is what the system is calculating profit margins on. Go back to the summary screen. But then if I view and preview the client quote, we can see these were our original figures. These are the figures that once the MCD is taken off, is that the final figure to the client. So that's what our costings and profits are based on. But these are the figures we're going to show to the client. So they're inflated to allow that 2.5 MCD to be taken off. So simply, if we want to take that off, put a 0 in, it reverts back, preview the client bill, you can see those figures now have gone back. So let's put that 2.5% back on. You see this box here, display MCD value and client's quote summary. By default, it's unticked. So on the client's copy, all he will see is the 11,612 as a total figure. And then these figures here, it won't inform him that the quote is subject to an MCD, because it might be that at this stage you don't particularly want them to know that. But if you click that, it will then show it on the client's copy. Now, just to show you some figures, if we look at the file copy first, I'll just run the quote adjudication. Preview on screen. So again, this is the file copy. The client doesn't see this is purely for internal purposes, but we can see here, there's our total quotation value 11,612, which is the figure including the MCD. So it's subject to an MCD of 2.5%. So the discounted value is 11,321. There we have our prelims, less any MCD with the markup. So then we have our cost figures for each of these items, and then these are the rates that our profitability of the contract are based on, but these are the figures we're going to show the client that allows the MCD to be taken off. So we can see here from our costing breakdown, there's our total figure with the prelims. So the total quotation value is 11,312.78. But then we've added a markup to allow a figure to be shown that's subject to the MCD. But you'll notice here on the cost analysis for the profitability, everything is based on the original figure, the 11,321.78. So it's not including any of the MCD. So if we look at what the client copy it looks like, so I'll complete this quotation. We don't need a file copy, we've just seen that. System's just forming PDF copy in the background as we speak. So there's a PDF copy. Now I'm just going to continue and print that so we can see it on the screen. Have each item priced. So you can see the client copy shows the total quotation value. Because we ticked the box to say show that it's subject to a MCD discount, it will show that on there. We then get each item, but obviously these are the figures that have got our markup on to allow the MCD to be taken off, giving us the total quotation figure. So that's all there is to entering your MCD onto a quotation. So thank you for taking the time to look at this short video, and hopefully it will have helped you with this area of Contract Controller. If you need more assistance with using Contract Controller or would like more information, please do get in touch.